Have you ever found it challenging to decide what to do when learning a new language? Do you feel lost when you start learning a new language? As an adult learner, it can sometimes be difficult to go to campuses or to set aside some time during the week to follow classes. This is why using readily available online media can seem advantageous. However, there are so many media options available for learning languages online. For English, popular choices include apps like Babel, Duolingo, and Rosetta Stones. Maybe you've tried watching movies in the target language or browsing websites with grammar exercise. But how can you juggle all these resources at your fingertips? How can you structure your learning of a new language efficiently while staying motivated? In this video of this series, we will explore how to organize your learning efficiently. We will discuss the importance of establishing routines that match your learning objectives and your personality. Let's start by focusing on organizing your language learning over the coming months. Researchers call this stage planning. This plan will be in 4 steps: evaluating needs and motivation, setting goals, establishing routines and choosing resources, and implementing and evaluating. Let's take an example. Alex, who has decided to learn English as a second language on her own. The first step for Alex is to assess her needs and motivation for learning. Does she want to travel to an English-speaking country, talk with friends from Western Canada, or read an English book? All of these are valid reasons that shape her motivation to learn. However, the routine Alex establishes and the choices she makes will need to align with her specific needs. Once needs are defined, the next step is to set more specific goals. Let's continue with Alex's example. She wants to travel. Her goal might include being able to communicate with the hotel or restaurant staff, understanding a tour guide, or having a conversation with the locals about the history of the places she visits. It's recommended to choose 3 to 5 goals at a time. With clear goals, it becomes easier to select appropriate resources and activities. After setting goals, it's time to design a learning routine and decide on the resources to use. A routine consists of a few recurring activities. The number of activities depends on the time available, but it's a good idea to have at least 1 activity per goal. Returning to Alex's case, she wants to travel to London and has about 3 hours per week to dedicate to learning. She estimates she can manage 3 activities in her routine. Since one of her goals is understanding a tour guide, she chooses a listening activity. Each week, her routine begins with watching a British TV series set in London. As we'll see in another video, Alex watches each episode twice with subtitles, takes notes, and regularly reviews synopsis. For her second goal, talking about London's history, Alex needs vocabulary and speaking practice. Her second activity involves reading a chapter from a book about London. She writes down new vocabulary and discusses it during a brief phone call with an English-speaking friend who has agreed to help. Finally, Alex has been using the Duolingo app to practice grammar and vocabulary. She decides to include it as the final exercise in her routine since she's familiar with the app and finds it motivating. In Alex's example, you can see the selected activities that match her goals for understanding and producing language during her trip. The 3 activities were accessible to her and offered continuity in her learning. Once the routine's elements are chosen, it's time to implement the plan. This starts with deciding when to begin. In Alex's case, she chose to start at the beginning of summer, giving her 3 months before her trip. Throughout the summer, Alex checks her progress regularly to ensure her routine still aligns with her goals. It's recommended to evaluate progress at regular intervals, such as monthly or quarterly. Tracking progress numerically can also be encouraging. For instance, after 1 month, Alex might note that she's learned 70 new words, watched and understood 4 episodes, and read 4 chapters. Finally, it's important to review goals and expectations. For Alex, this is straightforward. She can assess her learning through interactions during her trip. If goals are more general, setting personal challenges like speaking English with someone or understanding a previously difficult movie can be helpful. After following and adjusting your routine for a while, it's a good idea to revisit your plan, set new goals, and create a refreshed routine, combining familiar activities with new ones. This cyclical process allows for measurable, motivating progress. For Alex, who returned from London happy with her trip, her next goal is reading a novel and watching a sci-fi series in English. Good luck, Alex! In this video, with Alex's help, we learned that organizing autonomous language learning involves establishing a routine with clear goals and activities, along with periodic progress tracking. As a second language learner, don't hesitate to write down your routine. Think of it like a fitness trainer at the gym. If an expert needs a notebook to track their training routine, it's the same for you. By creating a solid routine and adapting it over time, you'll be better equipped to test your skills in real-life contexts and see the results of your learning. To wrap up, here are 3 questions to check your understanding of the concepts discussed in this video. Question 1. What is the cycle used to organize autonomous language learning? The cycle includes steps such as defining goals, creating a routine, implementing it, and tracking progress. Question 2. Why is a routine important? A routine creates continuity in learning and provides a clear structure for your activities. Question 3. How can you test your new skills? There are various ways to test your skills, such as conversing with a friend, during a trip, or trying to understand a movie you couldn't before. Thank you for watching, and we invite you to watch the next video of the Pulsa series.